This is our quick video to show you the difference between a one rein stop and bend for relaxation. In this first part, Dan has literally pulled her head around so she's off balance and cannot go forward, so she stops her feet. But when he releases the reins, her body may be stopped, but she's still braced against the rein, and her mind is still thinking forward. You see this heaps. The people use the one rein stop, but it tends to end up being a bit of a punishment for the horse. The person releases the reins when the horse is anxious and still thinking forward, but that actually teaches the horse that the right answer is to still be anxious and think about going forward. It makes the whole problem worse. So this bend for relaxation kind of looks like the same idea, but it's just done with a different mindset. When the horse gets a little bit rushy or anxious, pick up the inside rein and you're going to ask the horse to bend round to a stop. You're not going to yank the horse's head into your foot and try and unbalance him. Just gently bend the horse round and then put your hand on an anchor point to keep yourself stable. For some people, if they get a little bit unstable, it's quite a good idea to put your other hand on the horn just to keep you centered over the horse. The big difference with this is actually when you release. At the moment, you can see that the horse has actually stopped her feet, but if you just hold on to the rein, you'll see that her brain is still trying to get away from the rider and get away from the rein. And she's trying to keep moving round and round and round. She's not actually stopped inside her mind. She's just got her feet stopped. The time to release is when the horse actually stops her body and also bends round and puts slack in the rein by herself, as if she's looking back at the rider to say, "Oh, you're there. What do you want?" That actually means that she's finally connected to the rider and her brain and her feet are in the same place at the same time. You'll find when you release the rein, the horse will slowly put its head down and breathe out. And you can actually feel that the horse is truly stopped and parked in that position. Dan showing the same thing from the canter. Pretty much the same idea, but you'll notice here it does take quite a little bit of time for her to come right down. This is the hard part. It's having the patience to allow her to find the answer rather than try and force the answer upon her. Of course, what we're showing you is the teaching phase. You're not going to expect your horse to spend 3 or 4 minutes to come to a halt every time, but eventually your horse gets to understand that when you pick up the reins, it means slow your feet and relax, and it becomes an automatic response. Of course, you're not going to start from the canter. Start practicing this idea at the halt. If you can't do it at a halt, you're probably going to have a lot of trouble at the canter. So just start by asking the horse to yield to the rein and put slack in the rein, and understand that the answer is when they relax, not when they brace against the rein. Remember to do it from both directions And ideally, you want the horse's ears to be level, not twisting ahead at the poll.